Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to take this opportunity to welcome you to today's meeting with the press. Here with us are various leaders of political parties within the opposition and entities. As the opposition in Parliament, we are only playing host to this meeting, but it's really being headlined by our senior leaders of the various political parties. I also want to take the opportunity to welcome members of Parliament who are here. I know it's busy, there's numerous engagements in the constituencies and elsewhere, but thank you for making time to join our leaders regarding this matter. We are here as the opposition in solidarity over critical issues, one of which is the continued persecution of members of the opposition, supporters of the opposition, and now increasingly leaders within the opposition. This cannot continue to happen, and we look on as if it is okay. It is not okay, and that's why we are here. But perhaps before delving much into that, ladies and gentlemen, today is International Anti-Corruption Day. This is a day that was set after the passage of the United Nations Convention Against Corruption in 2003 to raise public awareness against corruption. I thought it's important to let you know about this day because it's very critical. In Uganda, according to a report by the Inspectorate of Government, we lose over 10 trillion shillings per year to corruption. No wonder. We have got ailing hospitals and health centers, dilapidated schools, broken roads, and poor service delivery in general. Because the money that is meant to fix these issues is stolen by people in government. And so it's important that we continue to raise awareness, public awareness against corruption, especially on a day as critical as this one, the International Anti-Corruption Day. We must all in unison be able to condemn corruption in all its forms, regardless who commits it. There are many people in government that do that, many public officials, many civil servants, and for us in the opposition, we must beware to operate as carefully as we possibly can so that we have the moral authority to speak about corruption. Otherwise, when our hands are dirty, we then do not have the moral authority to speak about corruption. But when we ensure that we do what is right, we're able to be the moral conscience of the public regarding this matter. I thought I should throw that in. But now getting to the substantive matter as to why we have got our leaders here today. The arrest of our senior leader, one of our senior leaders within the opposition, Dr. Kiiza Besigye. In fact, it was not an arrest, it was a kidnap from Kenya by Uganda security operatives. Is something we are saying we will not keep quiet about. We do belong to different political entities as the opposition, but we are more similar than we are different. The issues that make us similar, the hounding, the persecution, and all of that, it happens to all of us in various ways. And that should be reason for us, and especially our senior leaders, to come together and say no to this illegality being committed by the state using the military courts. Because it really is the state using these military courts to persecute for a long time opposition supporters, opposition leaders at various levels, and now very senior leaders of the opposition. And so we have welcomed our leaders here to in solidarity say no to this, to condemn it, and to say we want to jointly be in solidarity over this issue. Because today it is Dr. Kiiza Besigye, tomorrow it can be any other of the leaders in this room, and that's why we are here today. The Constitutional Court has pronounced itself on this matter severally, saying civilians should be tried in civilian courts. But the state continues to use this as a stick against the opposition. An election is around the corner and they will probably want to do this a lot more. So we are saying, no, let's come together now to condemn this before the state thinks it is okay to use it again and again. Because you see, once the state can do this to Dr. Kiiza Besigye, and it is fine, even with the general opposition, tomorrow they'll do it to another. So we are here to let them know that when they touch any one of us, they have touched all of us in the opposition. And that is exactly why we are here, to express this solidarity. So I once again want to welcome our senior leaders of the different political parties in the opposition and the political entities within the opposition. Thank you for coming. Like I said, here at Parliament, we are only playing host, but the meeting is really for these are senior leaders present. These are leaders, they are not terrorists. But anyhow, the state sees them as different. Getting them to access this place was very convoluted. A number of other leaders have been denied access to Parliament of Uganda. This Parliament on a daily basis welcomes all manner of people. People who are not even known, as long as they flash their ID at the entrance and they say, I'm going to the office of this member of Parliament, they will be allowed in. But these senior leaders in this country, some of whom have been in this Parliament as members, had to go through a lot for them to access. It's problematic, but that's all the persecution that we are going through, and we are hoping we can nip this in the bud. Mine was to welcome you and really to set the stage. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to welcome the President of the National Unity Platform to come and give his address, and we'll be listening to the other political party leaders as well. You're welcome, sir.